So just give me a minute. Okay. So great. Welcome everybody, and thank you for the thank you for taking out time today and joining this call, in which I will be sharing some details about what there is an upgrade in the Akasa after I think good 4-5 years. The first time Akasa is getting an upgrade, which had been there in the works for the last 1 year. So for those who don't know Akasa Abhilekham, I'll just mention some details about what this process means. And in the last 7-8 months, I have just made it both, or rather, it has gone through some processes. Rather in like changing of name and then this simple getting added. This whole idea. So just to take you a bit into Akasa Abhilekham, that was my initial class, which I had launched about 5 years back, to be precise. So Akasa Abhilekham was predominantly, the meaning of Akasa Abhilekham is record keeper. So record keeper is Akasa Abhilekham. But the point behind this Akasa Abhilekham was to basically give it a Sanskrit name. And somehow that time there was a thought that our Indian processes have been hijacked by the West. So it was just to give you a bit of an Indian feeling. Now, somewhere, this is the only modality in the world, I can say it with a lot of pride, where we are having proper clearing processes, which means we detach yourself from your own cords, from your past life oaths, vows, maybe curses which we carry from past life. So past life means this is our life. So we are very old beings. So we may have maybe hundreds and thousands of lifetimes which we have gone through. Now, just to give you a small example, like in Indian culture, we know there was this person called Bhishma Pitamaha. So Bhishma Pitamaha, he was in Mahabharata. If everybody knows Mahabharata, so he is a person who had taken an oath to remain unmarried or not to get married. So that was the oath which that Bhishma Pitamaha, that Bhishma ji had taken. Now in that lifetime, okay, he had taken oath, so he would be aware. Now the next lifetime, which is the next one after that lifetime, so Bhishma Pitamaha would have faced, in his next lifetime, he would have faced a kind of an obstruction to get married. So this is where it becomes interesting, because it's an oath taken by. So here we are talking about two things. One is that we have a ego, we have a mind of our own, and one is the soul. So somewhere soul is still stuck because of your oaths, vows, curses. Because these oaths, vows, curses are somewhere a way of karmic or ancestral healing system. So somewhere in the last 3.5 years, I noticed that as it is, Akasa Abhilekham is just a reference. It is not, I would not say that we are doing justice by saying Akashic records or Akasa Abhilekham. Because ultimately, which is why in the last 1 year, I changed the name of the course from Akasa Abhilekham to Karmic plus Ancestral Healing System, which is now actually making thorough sense, because the intention. So a lot of people ask me that I'll just mute everybody. I'm sorry. So a lot of people would ask me that, why are you not naming it Akashic Records now? I said, because ultimately Akashic records is a medium. What are we trying to clear is the karmic plus ancestral healings. Now, if you really look at it, there is something called fear which we carry about ancestral curse, ancestral sharp de diya hai, or maybe some ancestral issues. Maybe your ancestors had done something because of which you are facing some issues. This happens mostly in some of the other life. Some is mostly on most of the families go through these kind of challenges. And if you go to someone who is a known person, a learned person, and in the last 7, 8, 10 years, they have started talking more about Pitru Shanti and all these things. Before that, I really didn't have too much of context. Before that, there was no context towards that mostly, which at least I know. Last 10, 15 years, this has been more going towards, I mean, if you don't find any other fault in this thing, so maybe Pitruka, there will be some ancestral curse or something of that sort, generally shows up. Anyway, so karmic plus ancestral healing system. So this is the only system in the world where we have a proper healing system. Added to that, there are, in fact, I am proud to say that 100% of the people who have learned Akashic record with me are able to read their records and they are able to do the clearings. In fact, I am also proud to say that a lot of them are now like, they are practicing or, doing it professionally also for other people. They are themselves renowned people who are doing their own readings for people and clearing them. And even they have their own modalities and so on and so forth. So now, just to, as they say, change is imminent and change is constant. So along with this change of karmic plus ancestral healing system, I have added one process which is known as the symbol of the past and the future. Now, this symbol, the symbol's name is not important here. The symbol, what it does, it takes care of all your past and present things. The way Akashic records, the way the modality works is that I find out what is the difficulty which you face. And the moment you tell me the difficulty, I find out where it is coming from. Maybe in this lifetime or previous lifetime, whatever is the source, we go to that and find out what really transpired. Like in case of, let's say, Bhishma Pitamaha, he had taken an oath of celibacy. So because of that, he could not get married in the next lifetime. So somewhere, if he would come to me, I will check his records and find out that he had taken an oath because of which he is not able to get married in this lifetime. So I detach him from that and then he can get married. Now, one more thing which is there, a lot of people come and ask me, because there are a lot of fancy things. So they say rewriting of records. So a lot of people come to me saying that rewriting of records, do you teach that? Now, anybody can tell me what is, anybody who knows something about this, anybody can tell me what is the meaning of rewriting of soul records? Or rather rewriting of records or rewriting of the Akashic records. Anybody aware, anybody having knowledge can share with me your point of view? Namaste. Welcome, ji. So anybody can share your point of view on what is the meaning of rewriting of records?
Sir, cleansing the past life issues or curses, woes, whatever it is, and whatever.
I think your network seems to be.
That's what I have understood.
No. Your network, your voice just conked off. Sorry, your voice was not completely gone.
Oh, okay.
Can you please?
It's not clear, sir.
Now it is okay. That time it just conked.
Now it is clear.
Yeah.
What I have understood is, once we get into Akasha, it is clearing our curses, woes, and other things. And rewriting is whatever we wish to manifest, whatever we wish to see henceforth, we write that. That's what I have understood.
Yes, that's correct. Now, my point here is that when we go to your past and find out that this is an oath, this is a vow, or this is a curse which is following you, in Akasa Abhilekham or the karmic plus ancestral healing system, we have a process where we detach, clear those energies or whatever energy is binding you from that. It is something like if you see someone running on the road with a tire tied to his back. A lot of running people who are athletes, they do pressure training or power training by tying some heavy thing around their back, and they start running with that load. So there is something from your past life which is holding you back somehow. So that is what we detach you from that load or that kind of, maybe a ton of weight, if I may say so. Because as they say, if you look at a person may do anything, but let's say a mother has given an oath to that person that you don't do this. So while doing that particular activity, this person will feel some guilt, something fishy, or he will feel guilty at the end of the day. So that is what oath can do for you. So here we'll be detaching you from that heaviness and making you lighter. Now, what this symbol is doing, in our awarenesses, we are going and clearing for that particular issue from the past, right? Now, the symbol is also adding one more aspect to it. It is clearing you from your past as well as any future references towards that particular activity. It is also clearing you from that. So the symbol is basically something like a chakra view. If you look at like if you look at something round. So there are two rounds which generally I will not share with you on the here right now about the symbol. That will be done in the class. But there are something like two chakra views. So one is taking care of your past, one is taking care of your future. So the symbol is adding one more element to it where it is completely taking care of your future. Because a lot of people just go and check the past. But let me tell you, Akashic Records is not about the past only. It is also about future. So for example, we will also be adding one more process here where we will be giving you a skill from your past life or even from your future life, which will help you in this lifetime. So we will be helping you to get that skill with you. Like in my case, I got a skill where I was a tantric in a past life. So I got that skill minus the negativity, which is minus the negativity because tantrics are generally associated with general black magic or something like that. So the same knowledge, if I'm able to use with the white magic, so that is what difference we are able to make in the life. So our intention is purely to help people to live their life abundantly. And for that, there is only one requisite. You have to have faith in yourself and you have to love yourself. There is nothing else required. Once you have these two aspects, everything is sorted out. Karmic lessons will come and go, ups and downs will keep coming. But the moment you have faith in yourself, everything will get sorted out. Now I'll share with you something which has happened in the last, like right from January onwards. We did a lot of Mother Earth clearing. So I think some of you all were there in the Mother Earth clearing. Thila, you were there. I remember Harish, I think you were also there. So we had done Mother Earth clearing in the first month of January. Like in the 3 weeks of January, we had cleared Mother Earth's energies. And that had shown up so much of everything like this heat and all these things. A lot of things for us also just started showing up. So we just brought it to fast track. And now we are releasing that. And as we are releasing it, it is becoming better and better. In fact, we are getting stronger and stronger because the light quotient inside us is becoming more and more powerful. Yes, Hemaji, you are also there in that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that healing processes. So what I'm trying to say is that I would say that there is nothing in life which can stop you in your tracks unless you let that thing to trouble you. So that is my only submission here. And everything which you have as an issue, Akasa Bilekyam will be able to resolve that with ease and joy, keeping in mind the past and the future. So when we do an Akasha reading, you are automatically changing your future for a better future. So you don't need to do separately any activity, because the whole process of Akasha Vilekham is to ensure that your future is an abundant future. Like, I'll give you my own examples. Even 4, 5, 6, 7 years back, there were a lot of people. So I have basically been into a lot of Jyotishis and astrologers and XYZ. My wife has also been visiting more than 100 people, such astrologers. Everybody said that Deepak means his chart means that he should do job, only job. My kundli is not made for business at all. Vyavasay mat karwa. You will make heavy losses, and so on and so forth. More than 100 people have told me. But the moment I came into Akasa Vilekhya, I was able to see why that was happening with me as a karmic lesson. Because I would get too much of losses, because I have faith immediately in people around me. So, which is why I will give a lot of credit. In that lifetime, I lost a lot of money, which is why in this lifetime I had taken an oath that I will not do business. So it was my oath which was stopping me. Moment I detached myself from that oath, last 5, 6 years, I would say more than 7 years, I have been having. Initially, I had this part-time thing. I was doing a job and I was part-time every weekend or something. I used to do these classes and healings and things like that, or during the evening time. But since 2019, I'm completely into this. So I don't know whether I should call it a business or what, but it is a vyavasai. So it is my bread and butter today, whatever you can say. So last 5 years, I'm running it by the grace of Kali Ma, Bholenath. I'm doing okay. I'm doing good for myself. So what I'm trying to say, I am not saying that those people were wrong who told me not to do business. But because I was able to do this, I was able to change my future. Similarly, there are so many things where everybody would put a lot of fear that you have got this problem, you have got that health problem. But by the grace of God, it is just ending up into fears only. Even last week, I had some fear thrown by some doctor. So I told him, "Chalo, tum apna angiogram bhi kar lo. I know there is nothing wrong." So I got that done. Even there, he said, "Oh, no, nothing, no problem." So because I am able to understand what is happening, but at the same time, sometimes because a fear of families and other things, you have to just give in to them and just go to the doctor for a normal checkup. So what I'm trying to say, awareness is there, but only thing, yes, other people's fear, sometimes we have to satiate. But I know one thing, that with Akasa Bilekham, I have been able to change a lot of things, not only in me, but there are close to 102 women, ladies. Currently, I'm working on the 103rd baby to come, for which I have done a reading, and they have been able to conceive. 102 such women have got conceived. 103rd is on the way. Maybe next week, maybe 7th is the date for conceiving of that child. So 103rd child will be delivered on 7th, which have come only after Akasa readings. And there are close to 55 children who got married because of Akasa readings. I have countless of people who have got healed from health, maybe more than 500 people who have been healed from health issues. A simple reading would be that a person who had come to learn this process, while doing the practice which we do on the second day of the class, he mentioned that he has a pain around the kidney area. He has it once a month. For 2-3 days it happens and it just goes away. So when we found out what was the case, we found that he was in a place which was arid, like a desert. Maybe there was also another awareness which we got, that he went to that particular place, and I asked him. I got the clear word Saurashtra. I asked him, "Did you go to Saurashtra and after that you had this problem?" He said, "Yes, I went to Saurashtra about 3 years back, and after that I have got this problem, and it is every month or 2 months it comes and goes away." So when we saw his previous life, he had kidney stone even in that lifetime, and he was very scared because he died because of that. And somewhere that fear, when he went to that arid or a desert type of a place, not desert, but it's very dry, that place. So he had that same problem. He started getting fearful because the soul was understanding where it has gone. And he had created that fear. The moment I cleared him, or rather that I didn't clear him. In fact, he was doing a reading for someone else, and someone else was doing a reading for him. That is how we do exchange of readings. So that student immediately saw that and detached him from that. That day, in the last 1 year, he has not got that pain again. So likewise, there are more than 500 cases, which I can just keep on going. There was this lady who used to come to Bombay and she would fall ill. Every time she comes to Bombay, she would fall ill. But her husband was there. She cannot keep away for a long time. So she used to keep coming, falling ill, going back. That kept on going for some time. Then when we were doing her reading, she mentioned this to me. And I got a vision of hers in which the exact name Godabdev came. Now, Godabdev, I didn't even know what Godabdev means or what is Godabdev. Then, moment I saw that Godabdev, the name, I just went into the I just went into the Google and found out what is Godabdev. And I came to know that it is a deity of Bombay, which is at, if you know Ray Road, I don't know whether people know Ray Road or Mazgaon. That's a place somewhere near South Bombay. So there is a temple of Godab there, which is known as the forming deity, similar to Mamba Devi. Now this was millions of years back. There was this lava where Bombay is. So that lava had formed a particular location, and that was known as Godab, or rather, that's still known as Godab. So the moment I got this information, I just saw that there was something which she had put as an oath towards the god, and she was not able to fulfill it. And I just kind of made her do forgiveness towards the god. And I told her, just go visit the god and just put your forgiveness, just 11 rupees aap chada do uske upar, and do your forgiveness. It's been 3 years now. In fact, she had 2021 when COVID mein sab band the. She had come to, she in fact went and gave it, but temple was closed, so she gave it to some pujari ji to offer the offering. Last 3 years, she has lived in Bombay without any health issues. So I'm saying that anything you find, just tell me and there is a solution. There is nothing, there's hardly anything which we have never found a solution. So whatever, which is why I encourage people to write down, even if you have 50 questions, write it down so that you can find all the answers and solutions and healings ultimately. Now, taking it one more level forward with the symbol. The symbol will just take it, amplify it by 10 more times because of the strength of the energies with the symbol which comes. So this is what I had to offer. And any questions around this or anything else? I have got 2 more classes, which is Third Eye Ascension course and Inner Child Healing System. Anybody has any questions around Akashic or any other problem or anything in your mind? You please let me know. I can try to give you some answers around that or solutions if possible. In fact, Mahatar Babaji, who I follow so deeply, he had put this in my mind that I am a solution-oriented healer, which is why the modalities which I come up with are generally with solutions. They are not like, Times of India. They are not something telling you that, yes, you are doomed. It may tell you that you are doomed, but at the same time, I'll tell you there may be this aspect of it, but you can correct the situation. You can correct the situation by doing what you want. In the sense, you can correct that situation by taking certain measures or just clearing them from your awareness. Energy-wise, detach yourself from those energies. and come out a winner end of the day. That is the main point. Anybody has any questions?
Sir, my question is,
Yeah.
only one cord cutting means one cord cutting in one session will be sufficient, or it will be continue for more session?
See, as far as the healing is concerned, for one problem, if you tell me 10 problems, for one problem, if there is a single cord, so generally there are not single cords. There may be a number of cords, maybe 10, 20, 100, 1,000, 10,000, whatever. That the record will tell. So particularly that issue which you mentioned to me, the once we detach you from the cords, we clear you forever. After that, now what happens is, there are two aspects. अच्छा वो आपने ये पूछा मुझे. There are two aspects to this one. One is the subconscious, unconscious mind, right? And conscious mind. Conscious mind mein to you, I told you, so your awareness goes high. Now subconscious, unconscious also it takes care. There is another aspect which is the habit energy. Habitually, if I am prone to overthinking, I will still get into the same problem. But here also we found a solution. In fact, the masters gave me a solution. After reading one time is enough for any problem. After that, if you do, you have to listen to an audio for 30 days. Now that audio, if you listen for 30 days, it will help you to release all your habit energies also. So like, for example, if I am prone to be scared, I will be scared. Even if someone has made me very courageous, वो एक डर, that fear आपका एक हिस्सा बन जाता है. It becomes a part of you. That fear becomes a part of you. And then you start thinking, like, I'll give you one example. One boy who is just 32-year-old boy, he has a severe depression. I did his reading, and after 1 week, there was a feedback which he told me, hey, Deepak sir, I don't know why I'm feeling very happy. I'm not feeling scared. I'm not overthinking. What is wrong with me? So the poor thing, he was missing even overthinking. He was missing getting scared. So that was the habit energy inside him telling him these things. Or rather, even if he was happy, he would feel scared. So there are many people in this world who, if they are very happy, ज़्यादा हंसो मत, गड़बड़ हो जाएगी. If you laugh too much, if you are very happy, something wrong will happen to you. Yes, of course, sir. Ankurji, as far as ancestral issues are concerned, you may mention that there is an unknown problem, but when you look at it in depth, like for example, I will talk about my family, where we used to always struggle. So one is that we had an ancestral property which was just taken away by the government. Zero money given to us. No, nothing. We were just thrown out. Right? So we had some problem on property. Similarly, we would, all brothers, sisters, we were struggling in our lives. We would struggle. It's something like, if I'm struggling for 10 lakh rupees, I will get 50,000 rupees. So I'm just giving you just a hypothetical example. So similarly, there would be something, for example, some people have relationship issues because of ancestral also. Some people have, like for example, in a particular family, the ladies of the home were all having major health issues. The gents were not affected, the ladies were affected. Similarly, so every family will have, like there was a family which I remember, they had no single girl, only boys. And they were craving for a girl. So every family will have some peculiar things. At the same time, if you even have unknown issues, that also you can find out from the records and find a solution from, which is where this symbol will help you further with the unknown particular things. This symbol will help you with more unknown things, because maybe you're not even aware what's wrong, because a lot of times you're not able to pinpoint where is the issue. So that symbol will help you to release all that ambiguity as well. So that symbol is making it a bit like an automatic machine, something like that. Yeah.
ठीक है, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else?
Yes, sir. One more
Good
question.
evening, sir.
Good evening, Atul ji.
जी, sir, actually, I'm an alternative healing practitioner and I'm doing healing sessions
Welcome,
for
sir.
past some years.
Yes.
I have noticed the most common problems. One of the common problem is black magic and possession by the spirits.
Yeah.
So, will it help in releasing this also?
I'll
Akasa
share with you,
energy?
sir. I'll share with you. Abhi, it's a known thing where
Okay.
now black magic itself, the magic spell itself may not be able to release from that. But
Okay.
I have found out that 99.9%, I can safely say 100% of these issues of black magic happen because of past life issues.
Yeah.
So 100% sure that spell would reduce.
Okay.
And let me tell you one more thing, sir. There have been 4 to 5 cases where people came to me for a reading. And while doing the reading, I could see a spirit around that person. And that energy just showed up. So we cleared that energy in the reading itself. There was even an unborn child. A lady had an unborn child whose energy was held, like for 20 years, she was carrying that unborn child's energy with herself. So we were able to clear that also. So as I told you, like the root cause is generally from a past life. So that root cause will be taken care of for sure.
Okay. Okay. And will it also help in releasing the addiction issues, addiction of alcohol or smoking or anything, drugs, and OCD?
Yeah. So there are 2-3 things here. OCD definitely, as it generally comes from a past life, as it is generally who are not in this world and how they are. So I'll tell you, Markamji, the question which you just put. So OCD, addiction, yes, you can release those. What generally happens is there are 2-3 things here. Like, for example, a gentleman who just called me yesterday and I was talking to him, and all his issues were pertaining seemingly like this lifetime. But the moment I told him, so there are certain elements when you look around, you will find this from the record very easily. But when you question the person, the trigger, now what happens is that one is that something has happened in their lifetime, but the trigger must have happened somewhere. That trigger is where you need to just find out. And many a times as they go to a new place, like I'll share with you, one boy, he was just 9 years, 10 years when he went to London with his father and mother. As he went there, he started having hallucinations. He started having a lot of issues. Doctors literally told he's a schizophrenic. I also don't want to comment on doctors' prescriptions. So maybe that was correct. But when I saw it in the past life, this 14, that by that time, he's already 4-5 years and he was already going through a lot of issues. He must have visited more than 100 people, maybe 30-40 people, healers. Nobody was successful. What? Even he had stopped his education because even he had OCD because of certain those aspects. Now, when I saw in his 13th or 14th century, he was a Dark Lord in UK. He was a Dark Lord in UK where he was ruling these, these spirits and entities.
Yeah. Okay.
So I saw that, and I asked his father, that whether he had first attack when he was around a cemetery. He didn't realize, but when he checked with his wife, which is the mother of the son, she said yes, he had gone on a camping, and that was the first time he was affected by this. So he was affected by dark energies as he went to UK. Somehow that is a phenomenon which I don't understand logically, but this is a fact. And after I cleared him, he had a good time. But he was able to come out of those. He was regularly having certain things that stopped. He was literally spoiling his life, that stopped. He was about to get his father deported from there. Those activities stopped. all those things at least. So last 3 years, he's comparatively much better.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. हाँ मार्कम जी आप कुछ मैसेज डालते हैं. I'm sorry.
हाँ सर जी, मैं कह रहा था only Akashic record will be enough sufficient, or you need to go to for further check in PLR, past life regression?
नहीं देखिए PLR and Akashic. So PLR, Akashic. So
या दोनों
PLR.
तरफ से, या दोनों तरफ से report
नहीं,
after
I'll-
confirmation only then you will take the
No.
final.
No. There is no need for PLR. Akashic itself takes care of the everything.
Okay.
PLR may basically see PLR has its own pluses and minuses. Everything has their own pluses and minuses. The PLR may getting healed has to go to the trance and see what is happening, where is happening. So I'm not against anything, but here energy-wise, you have to also go to that level. The person who is getting healed. So in this case,
No need to go.
as a reader, I will be able to clear you. As a reader, whoever is learning will be able to clear themselves.
Okay.
Markam ji, मैं देख रहा था. Is it possible to read Aga for people who are not in this world, how they are affecting us and our family? So basically, you don't have to go to check people's energies. I'll give you my example again. As I said, we had struggles and all those things. So where it was coming from, we were not aware because our parents did not know anything. This happened somewhere in 1810. हमारा जो particularly my family's जो issues जो था, I found out it came from 1810. Something which because we were Sardars in Pakistan, Sindh, Punjab. We were from there. So something which my ancestors had done there, we were affected because of that. That some curse was, some very bad curse was there. Because of that, we could also, even when we came from Pakistan, we didn't have, rather now Pakistan, that time India, but we didn't have any property also there, which we could get. So we had loss of property was the normal thing for us. So I found out where it was. We were zamindars there, and my ancestors had actually, taken some people's zameen without their, awareness, and zabardasti chhin ke liya tha and all that. There was a lot of curses which were accompanying us. So when I detached me and 22 people in my family, we had gone to Goa for a holiday. So I just took everybody, and for 45 minutes, I did the clearing for everybody. After that, in the last 6 years, I would say 6-7 years, there has been no problem with regard to these struggles and other things. Things have become a lot better. In fact, some of my nephew and nieces were not able to get married. They got married immediately after that. So in short, if you want to look at the ancestral issues, you don't need to go into your ancestors' records. You can find it from your records and find out where it is coming from. And for each person, but you need to do the records differently, separately. So for example, you have 2 brothers, 3 brothers. For all 3, you'll have to read it if you are learning it yourself. That way. Yeah. Anybody else?
Sir, this healing session will be one group session or individual?
No. It is individual.
Individual.
The healing session is individual.
It will take about 1 hour?
1.5 to 2 hours.
2 hours. Okay.
Because the group there is another thing where secrecy, your information to someone else.
Yes.
We don't want to get into that. There is no group healing in Akashic. Akashic is always one-on-one.
Okay. Any advanced preparation, any something for that?
Just your pain points which you have to. So for a reading, for a person who wants the records to be read, just you have to prepare what are the pain points in your life. Like let's say जो मेरे को तकलीफ है लाइफ में मेरे को अभी तक वो सब आप लिख के रखो. Even if you have 20 questions, 30 questions, 50 questions, all questions you can write it down. Okay. We will check each and every question. See, I always recommend you write everything.
Okay.
And there's no problem, Poojaji. Even if there is a family curse, your records, which means your Akashic records, will tell you where it is coming from. For example, if you're doing it for a client who has a curse, family curse, so you will find that out and you will tell them. And you will also help them release themselves from this energy cord which are creating that curse, so-called. So that will be done, no problem. You don't need to be aware of the details also. Just the curse, maybe if they are aware that this is the curse and this is what is happening because of that, that is enough. You can ask the record, they will tell you where it is coming from. And Chitragupta is basically the Indian culture. बोलते हैं ना हमारे जो हिंदू सभ्यता के हिसाब से चित्रगुप्त बोलते हैं, तो चित्रगुप्त itself is the head of Akashic records. And everybody has a record keeper. आप कुछ बोल रहे हैं तो आपका this thing is mic is muted.
Yes, sir. I'm just saying thank you. Actually, this is confusing. Many a times people are not on talking terms with each other.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. See, basically, even if people are on talking terms, let me tell you one more very simple process, simple understanding which I have got. They may not tell you the facts, you know, or they may not even know the facts of maybe 100 years, 50 years, 200 years पहले तो पता ही नहीं होगा कौन कहाँ था. So that is where record will tell you everything in entirety. Don't have to rely. So basically, there have been even instances where people were flabbergasted and very shocked. How did I come to know something which happened in their life? So these are the records tell us about these things. So like, for example, just last week I was doing a reading for someone, and I came to know from the records that when that person was 6 years old, that person had an accident which changed the life of that person. So that girl was shocked. How can you know? I said, this is exactly what the records are showing. That was a turning point for her. So we cleared her fatigue or that trauma from that particular issue or incident which she had.
So even like if somebody has met an accident when the kid was just 6 months or 8 months, even that is a past life connection. So that can be resolved.
Yes. Yes. So what happens is that depending on what question you had raised.
Yeah.
So that is where, so I'll tell you why this 6 years ka mein wo kyun aaya, because somewhere during that time, this girl was triggered for her past life where her mother did not take care of her. So when she was 6, she had this accident, but her mother didn't take care of her because she was also having some other mental trauma. So that feeling of my mother is not good to me, what carrying on, and she is now 34, but she still hates her mother because of whatever reason. And I just wanted to clear that bad energy which she was carrying with her mother, which was one of her reasons saying that I want to have a good relation with my mother. So it all depends upon what you want to achieve, and ultimately the solution will be there for sure, whatever be the question. Anybody else has any questions? Okay, so I hope there is no other question. Then we'll wrap it up today. Yeah, Atul ji, kuch bol rahe hain?
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. So anybody who wants to join the course till Friday morning, Friday afternoon, Friday evening, you can inform me. That is tomorrow night evening, and you can join on this board. And I thank everybody who has joined today, taking their time off.
प्लीज कोर्स के बारे में भी कुछ बता दीजिए.
हाँ, तो कोर्स जो है उसमें बेसिकली 2 days का कोर्स है. It is basically Saturday, Sunday, 6 hours on each day. Saturday 6 hours, Sunday 6 hours, in which there are 7 processes in which we clear your grounding, your block clearing, and all these past life issues. So we have got 60 to 84 trillion cells in our body. So in that process, there is one where we clear your, there is one more process before that. If you have heard about soul fragments, अभी किसी को हम कोई shocking news देते हैं तो हम बोलते हैं थोड़ा संभाल के बैठना, नहीं तो एक हाँ निकल जाते हैं ना, हाँ, तो वो एक soul fragment निकल जाता है हमारा. Even if you have a trauma, soul fragments leave you. So we ensure that all the soul fragments which are outside will come and integrating inside you. After that, there is one more process in which we clear your 60 to 84 trillion cells of your body. Yeah, I'm telling the payment, Devangi ji. 60 to 84 trillion cells of your body are cleared and healed thoroughly and beautifully. And at the same time, there is one more process where we do the karmic clearing with the help of Archangel Zadkil, karma clearing. So there are, and then there is attunement with 13 energies, which is angel energies, Lord Shiva, Kalima, and Mahatar Babaji is also part of the attunement who come and help us. So there are close to 13 deities with whom you're attuned, and then you have the symbol also. So that attunement is different. Then there is a rod which is shifted, not physical rod. It is an energy rod which is shifted, which is affixed to you. So that works like your जैसे वो बोलते हैं ना बुलेट ट्रेन जैसे चलती है ट्रैक्स के ऊपर, वैसे ये आपका ट्रैक हो जाता है to go to the records and back. The 2-day course of 6 hours each day, the energy exchange for this is 22,999. So anybody who's interested, I'll send, if you have my mobile number already, otherwise I'll just put it on the chat. You can reach out to me.
But after learning 2 days session, anybody can solve the further healing for others?
100%. 100%. ऐसा है कि 100% अभी जैसे for example if you go to learn car, you'll learn a car, then you will do some practice.
Yes.
So yeah, the class timings are 12 to 6 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday. हाँ, so जैसे आपको गाड़ी चलानी होती है तो but ये है कि I am completely there with you. In the sense, if you have any difficulty, any questions, you can call me anytime. There is no restriction on anybody के दिन में एक call करना है, महीने में एक call करना है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. You have a difficulty, you call me and we'll be able to, I'll be able to help you in your whatever difficulty you're facing. And it's purely जैसे गाड़ी चलाते हैं ना, आप जैसे कार चलाते हैं, so it's just that you have to have the confidence in it. Yeah, Khushbu ji, you're welcome. You can. If you want, I'll send you more details. Khushbu ji and Kushal Rao ji, I'll send you more details. Anybody else? Anybody else can reach out to me. I have a mobile number is there on the.
And sir, for healing purpose, what is the any charges is there?
So healing purpose, the energy exchange for the healing is 8,000 rupees for 1.5 to 2 hour session.
8,000. 8,000.
Hello, 8,000 rupees. Yes.
8,000.
Yes. Okay. 2 hours, unlimited questions. Even if you take 2.5 hours, ऐसा नहीं है कि मैं बोलूँगा कि अभी ज़्यादा लगेगा. No, even if it is 2.5 hours, like one lady, I was reading her, it went to 3 hours. So I didn't charge her anything separate. It was in the same. In short, when you come to me, you come with all your questions, and everything will be sorted out. That much I can do my best. And even there are certain many a times where you don't have this question in your question, this thing, but I get some awareness from the masters saying that this needs to be cleared. So we do that also. It's not that only what you ask will be, I'll not, we also find from them if there is anything which they need to clear. That also is cleared. Yeah. Yes. So cord cutting session, yeah. So basically the cord cutting, the reading, the healing, everything is part of the same. There's no separate charges for cord cutting than reading. No, everything single reading. What you ask, everything will be cleared. Cord cutting, healing, and even the audio will be given to you in the same way. You will be listening to that for 30 days. So it's a full process which is given to you at 8,000 rupees.
Within 2 hours.
Yeah, लगभग 2 घंटे, 2.5 घंटे भी लग सकते हैं, depending on the number of questions you've got.
Approximately, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, sir. I'll inform you. I will inform.
Thank you. Anybody else has any questions?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Bye.
Bye, Tila.
See you on Saturday.
Yeah, see you. Mamta ji, thank you. Pooja ji, thank you. Vinod ji,
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hema ji,
Namaskar. Yeah.
Thank you.
Kushal ji.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah. Harish ji. Devangi ji, thank you. Chaitendra bhai, thank you. Shirin, thank you. Amit Padewal, thank you. Khushbu ji, thank you. Anchal ji, thank you.
Thank you.